Welcome to White Eagles TV. I'm your host Mitad. Thanks for tuning in. It's been ages since I've posted a video. We've had nothing to talk about with the Serb national team, so yeah, that's why I haven't posted anything. But today we have news that Dragan Stojkovic has released his extended squad for the upcoming games against Hungary and Lithuania, taking place on the 7th and 10th of September. 8th September here in Australia, 4:45. Thank God I get to wake up early again to watch football. So let's just look at the team and let's talk about it. So no surprises. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, goalkeeper. Predrag Rajkovic as always, and George Petrovic from New England Revolution, and Boris Radunovic who plays in Calgary in Italy, which is fantastic. And then we just got the usual suspects in the defense: Milenkovic, Irakovic, Kudel, hopefully with his new hairline. Can't wait to see what that looks like. Velkovic as always, Erhan Masovic, Pavlovic, excellent defender, one of my favorite defenders currently playing for the Serb team. Babic, who went to Moscow, Terzic, Radonjic, problem child for Serbia and for himself as well. Radonjic, I feel his career's not going to go anywhere. After that, Zivkovic playing at PAOK, he's doing really well at PAOK so far. Good to see Mijat Gacinovic. He was one of my favourites. Got Serbia to the 2018 World Cup, played really well. That's an excellent, I can't wait to see him back in there. Sasha Lukic from Fulham. Nemanja Maksimovic, Racic, Ilic, they're two really good midfielders. I really like them. Grujic at Porto. Filip Kostic, who is just a gunner at Juventus. Then you got Mladenovic from Panathinaikos, Mitrovic from Zvezda, Dusan Tadic from Fenerbahce. I would have preferred he stayed at Ajax, but whatever. Lazar Samicic from Udinese. He's transferred to Inter Milan, got called off. So unfortunately, yeah, that would have been pretty cool for him to go to, but what are you going to do? Sergej Milinkovic-Savic from Al Hilal. It's a shame now Serbia's, has to pick from the Saudi Arabia League, but unfortunately that's just how it is. Djuricic from Panathinaikos. Vlahovic, Juventus, scored a goal and had an assist for Juventus on the weekend. Radkov from Salzburg. Jovic from Fiorentina, who doesn't look like he's going to have a good career there. Someone should have to move him back to Germany, Bundesliga, and just stay there, son. And the one and only Alexander Mitrovic from Al Hilal. I mean, Savic has always been talked about going to a big team in Europe. I've always said those rumours were bullshit. I never bought into any of the rumours that he was going to United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid. I just never saw that coming. I just always suspected that it was just a ruse from his manager, Kejman, who's poisoned for the Serb team, just to bump up his value, to bump up rumours about him, to get people interested. But he was never going anywhere. He was always staying at Lazio. So I think even he saw the writing on the wall. Why not just travel to Saudi Arabia and just make a ton of money? So that's Savic, Mitrovic, would have preferred him to stay in England playing at Fulham. But then again, if Fulham is just a mid-table team in England, every year they're fighting off relegation. He was never going to move abroad. So, I mean, what was the real point of him in staying in Fulham? So he's taken the money and gone to Al Hilal as well. And I mean, I saw reports for 75 million euros a year. I would have went as well. That's a lot of money. I mean, even though all these players in the Serb team are pretty much well off, they can sort themselves up and live easy without having to work a day in their life after their career ends, if they save their money. But that is still a lot of money for a footballer. And we just saw Neymar also went there. So you know what, money's there, and in the end, football's a business. Fulham would have got rid of Mitro if he wasn't working out, so why not just do it himself? So he's gone. So it's good to see Gacinovic back in there, and well, it's just a shame with the two boys that have gone to Saudi Arabia, but that might be the new sort of location for some of these big names players. Obviously, let's just have a look just quickly what the ladder is. So at the moment, Hungary's on top, just on goal difference, and it's just 1 goal. So it's pretty good for Serbia. After that, we're on 7 points as well. Montenegro's on 4, Bulgaria 2, and Lithuania 1. We'll remember that we drew against Bulgaria and we're lucky to get that draw. Very lucky. I mean, we could be easily sitting on 4 points right now and doing what Serbia does best, miss out on Euro qualification. So Serbia-Hungary, it's definitely a game that we can lose, and we can lose at home. And then a few days later we play against Lithuania away. So you think you'd pick up 3 points there, but that Bulgaria game, Hungary game is very. It's a very good possibility we could lose that game. And if we lose that game, Hungary go to 10, we stay on 7, and if Montenegro beat Lithuania because they're playing on the same day, we're now equal points with Montenegro, and then what? So it's definitely that Hungary game is worth a lot at the moment. Not just 3 points; it could be worth more than 3 points. And given our track record with Euro qualification, it's not going to be. There's a good chance we could miss out if we lose against Hungary, and still got to win against Lithuania. Things don't go our way. So, the 8th of September, well, in here anyway. It's only 2.5 weeks away. We're playing our next qualification game, then against Lithuania. So you think the next 2 games, we could either book our tickets or we could be heading to maybe a playoff with the Nations League draw that we got promoted to the Group A. So fingers crossed that against Hungary, even if we just maybe pinch a draw. I mean, we're playing at home, so we shouldn't be looking at a draw. We should be looking at winning 3 points, and we definitely have the team to beat Hungary at home. But given our performances, the first 3 games in this qualification has been pretty poor, to be honest. So now that you've got 3-4 months off, and then boom, you're playing now. The squad hasn't been assembled yet, and then they got to play 4 days after they've been assembled. Basically, that's how it's going to be, 5 days. And then you're playing a team like Hungary that are pretty strong. It would definitely make Euros. I think they'll definitely make Euros as well. So it's all to play for on the 8th of September. So fingers crossed that we get that win. We got our boys back, Mitro and Vlahovic, who missed a Bulgaria game. They're here now, and they can bail us out of games. If we're struggling, they can bail us out easy. So fingers crossed that we take on Hungary and we get the 3 points, and then basically can book your tickets to Germany. So we'll see what happens. As you can see, I'm wearing my Serbia jersey from the 2022 World Cup, where we finished last in our group. Not the best jersey, but by the end of this year we'll have, start of next year, I'd say about May, we should have new jerseys for the Euro 2024 if we qualify, which I think we will. So then we can get rid of this jersey and put it to the dustpan of history. Anyway, so let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think the next couple, the results for these games. Let me know what you think of the group, of the squad. Is there any player you wanted to be in there and not wanted to be in there? And let me know. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.